Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having a good Sunday. Looks like we are getting ready to break down some of the top 10 stocks that our group members see value in. Friendly reminder, I host these live streams every single Sunday. They're free. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop a thumbs up just so you don't miss the next one. Let's go ahead and get right to it. So if you guys would like me to break down your top stock for the week, feel free to share it in the live chat. One of the things that I want to point out is that last week we began to trade above the moving average. We are showing signs of a slight resistance level. I think it's a little bit easier to see on that 1-day chart. We can see that we got rejected off of that EMA line. We talked about that we're at a critical point where we're really waiting for some form of indication of higher highs. We're not necessarily selling off. We're not trading below the EMA line, but I think that's going to be a big focus, at least for myself this week, is to see if the NASDAQ market holds its support level. Reminder that, anytime that a stock pulls back a little bit, that's not the unfortunate part. The unfortunate part is when it breaks below a previous support level and it goes back to previous lows. If it continues to sell off just like it has been before, then it's just gonna obviously suck, as then the market just re-enters that bearish territory. So what I'm looking for this week is for TQQQ to hold above $30 a share. If we break back below the moving average, then it's just not going to be a good sign for the overall NASDAQ market. Love to see this thing break above $35. If we begin to break above $35, that would be progress. It's not that the overall market's going to aggressively recover, but if it holds its support level here, if it retests 35 and it continues to trade above it, that's an upward staircase pattern. That's a step in the right direction, and that's pretty exciting. So let's go ahead and jump right to it. So if, again, you guys want me to break down your stock, please make sure you share it in the live chat, and I'd be more than happy to break it down for you. So here we go. We got OTLY. Let's go ahead and break that one down. So OTLY, and again, if you guys are tuning on in, if it's not too much to ask, please drop a thumbs up. It obviously helps out the YouTube channel. Looking at this on the day chart, so one of my biggest focuses, again, I'm not here to say that you can't trade this, just one of my big focuses is market direction. And when I see something consistently selling off, and this has been consistently selling off for about a year, so we can see that back in, June of 2022, it's been selling off, making lower lows, lower highs from $29. Yeah, it's beginning to show signs of a support, maybe, but because it's been so bearish, the way that I view it is I want to make it easy for myself. I want to make it easy for myself to make money. But if something's consistently selling off, then guess what? It's just the overall direction is not in my favor. Therefore, maybe it's not the worst idea to not trade or invest in a position that is consistently selling off. Regardless of how much I want that stock to go up, if market direction is super clear and it's very, very bearish, then it's a big red flag in the sense that allow this thing to bleed, don't force it, and if it actually does begin to show signs of a recovery, then we can always follow up with it after that. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and break down another one. So Amazon stock split, that's going to be a big focus for a lot of people this upcoming week. So as many of you guys know, Amazon is going through a 20-to-1 split, or 1-to-20 split. So what essentially is going to happen is every previous share of Tesla, you're now, for every one share that you own, to my understanding, you're going to now own 20 of them, but the price gets reduced, by 20. So all it's doing is it's making the price per share a little bit more affordable. This is just a common thing that when companies reach a specific milestone and or are a little bit more expensive per share, it makes it a little bit more accessible to have a smaller price per share. So all they do is they simply increase the amount of shares available, therefore decreasing the price per share. Pretty simple, right? I think I wouldn't invest in Amazon just because of that. Just like anything, yes, it could act as a positive catalyst, which it has before in the past, but is that a reason that I would invest in Amazon solely? No. I mean, I think Amazon's a great company, and it should be, you should choose to buy it based off of that actual value and not just because you think it's going to go up maybe a little bit. I guess if you're just going to try to trade it, I never really viewed Amazon as much of a stock just to day trade. I see there to be great recovery potential. We were previously trading at $3,700 a share. We hit lows of $2,000, and right now we're right around $2,400 a share. So I would love to add more to my position on Amazon. I just want to see how the overall market continues to trade. If we get rejected on the overall NASDAQ market and we break below that $30 support level on TQQQ, then we'll most likely see Amazon pull back as well. So just make sure that you're aware of that yes, we are at a critical point. Yes, Amazon is looking really good. Yes, there is great recovery potential. But again, I feel like this week is going to be a really big week depending on which direction the market ends up choosing to go with. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, so let's do Nvidia. I like this. Alrighty. Alright, so Nvidia, being what it is, I mean, it's one of the market leaders in the industry that it partakes in, that and AMD, right? The thing that Nvidia has been experiencing is logistic and supply chain issues, right, with that overall chip shortage. So Nvidia's performance for nearly, I guess it's been for the past 6 months, we've been seeing a sell-off. One of the simple questions that I begin to ask myself is, obviously I want to invest in Nvidia. It's done really well, in its past. It's just that tech stocks as of right now are just not performing the best, right? And seeing Nvidia's current performance, yes, there is great recovery potential. And if we use this little trendline tool, we can see that it offers about an 80% ROI if it were to be perfect. There's great recovery potential. There's definitely a reason on why I think we should look into Nvidia. But a question I always ask myself is, am I missing out by not being invested in Nvidia? And I still think it's a little too early to tell. We are at a critical point. We're right around that EMA line. But again, this week is going to be a really big week depending on which way the market ends up going. The reason I say this is if the market drops below those specific support levels that we talked about, we'll probably see Nvidia pull right back down to the 160 a share. And then we're back to square one, right? So there's no reason to rush into it. If you're an absolute beginner, take time, allow the opportunity to prove itself to you. I just wouldn't overcomplicate it when it comes down to this. So Ricky looks so mad. I'm sorry. I think it's the lights that are kind of like hurting my eyes a little bit. So why is Ricky mad right now? Roid rage? Roid rage? You think I have a lot of muscle? Appreciate that, but no. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So we got United States Oil Fund. Let's go ahead and break that one down. USO. Alrighty, so United States Oil Fund. I have a watch list that is solely based for oil stocks, right, and oil ETFs. Super bullish right now. Are these cheap? No. But if you think that oil prices are going to continue to go up, then I think it's a great outlet to have. I think they're very overbought. I think it's only a matter of time for them to pull on back. But due to the current demand issues and supply issues, supply issues, we've seen oil just skyrocket in every way. So right now Chevron trading at 180 a share, and if you look at the overall day chart, very consistent in the way that it's been indicating signs of an uptrend. So the way that I view any of these oil stocks, like again United States Oil Fund being one of them, it's a great way to make money now. It's making money right now, right? A lot of people try to overcomplicate it where like all these other stocks that right now are selling off, I want all of tech stocks to recover, but it doesn't matter what I want. If they're bearish, then, I can't expect to make money now. It's probably something that I'm going to invest in now and make money later down the road. Chevron, oil, United States Oil Fund, all of these are ETFs or at least stocks that are indicating signs of an uptrend right now. So if you're someone that wants to be proactive, if you want to see, it's not going to be a crazy return on something like this that's been so consistent, but it's at least actively indicating signs of an uptrend. So it's all based off of your intention. But yes, I think it's great to understand that oil prices are going up as of right now. But with that being said, they're very overbought. So if anything were to change, if we fix this supply issue that we have, we'll most likely see oil prices begin to correct themselves. So please make sure that you're aware of that. So, hey, Ricky, I will be in Arizona next week. Is your trading office open to any or only LPP members? Even if you're not an LPP member, you're welcome to schedule a visit. Just message me on Discord or message me on Instagram. Let me know that, what day you're going to be coming in. But yeah, the office, we have our team there from 9:30 in the morning to 5 p.m. And again, it's located in Chandler, Arizona. So if it's Monday through Friday and it's within our normal work hours, hopefully I can be there. I'm there normally on Mondays and Wednesdays. But just message me, and if I have time, if I can step away from my newborn, I'd love to meet up, and for anyone that wants to visit us at the HQ, especially for all of our Learn Plan Profit members. So you're the one that get to use it all the time. All right. Let's see. So I'm an LPP member. I wouldn't have been able to. Appreciate that. Thank you. That's really nice of you. So I'm an LPP member. I wouldn't have been able to know what I know about the indicators if it wasn't for you, Ricky. Love the course. I appreciate that. Thank you. Alrighty, so let's do Starbucks. We have a couple of you guys asking about Starbucks. Let's break this one down. So Starbucks has been very, very oversold, which is actually quite surprising, right? With all that it's been kind of just doing and experiencing lately. But Starbucks from 126 a share hit lows of $60 to $70 a share. Right now we are trading above the EMA line, but again, we've done this once before back in March, and then Russia attacked Ukraine, and then it pulled on back. So we're testing that EMA line. All I really want to see is progress. So if we can see steady signs of a recovery of higher highs, higher lows, I don't care if it pulls on back as long as it just doesn't go as low as it did before. I think Starbucks is a great stock to look into in the sense for a long-term investment. I can't expect to make money right away on Starbucks, especially as it's been selling off for the entire 2022, right? I'm really big with intent, and I think that's something that a lot of people need to talk about. It's like, what is the current market sentiment with this stock, and what is my intention with this stock? If you're someone that's trying to make money now, then maybe Starbucks is not going to be your best stock. It's barely beginning to show signs of a recovery, and you can't just expect it to all of a sudden skyrocket. It's just not very realistic, right? But if you're someone that wants to buy now because you value Starbucks at $70, $80 a share, and you think that it's going to return back to its previous value of 120, then maybe this is an opportunity where you can take a light position and average up as it begins to indicate signs of recovery. So, so I think that we are showing some progress with Starbucks, but I would definitely like to see some higher highs. So it breaking above the EMA line, again, just like anything, there is no perfect indicator that's 100% accurate. I think at the end of the day, price action is always what, is most important, at least to me. If something is indicating and showing signs of growth, then that's ultimately what I see to be most valuable. Let's go ahead and break down the next one. So we got OOCLD asking for American Airlines. I appreciate you tuning on in. And again, I hope that we earn your thumbs up in this YouTube video. American Airlines returning back to previous support levels. It has a very generalized support level right around $15, a very common resistance level right around $19 to $20. The way that I view American Airlines right now, and you guys can let me know in the live chat, it's kind of just trading sideways. It's almost like a descending pattern, but kind of trading sideways. With that being said, this is not a stock where you're making a ton of money anytime soon. I mean, it's literally been struggling since last year. A lot of sideways trading. So if you like to buy the lows and sell the highs and do short-term swing trades, then hey, this might be up your alley. If you're someone that wants to buy and hold, I would say it's kind of risky right now because American Airlines hasn't really chosen a direction in the way that it's going. We're not really seeing strong recoveries, especially with oil prices going up, making fares more expensive. yeah, I wouldn't imagine American Airlines to be skyrocketing, or really any other airlines to skyrocket as of right now. A lot of sideways trading, I can see a lot of short-term, swing traders take advantage of this, but that's about it. So let me know what you think about that. Let's go ahead and break down Kroger. Let's do it. We actually last week, right? We broke down Kroger, and it was right at the EMA line. Not really doing much yet. It looks like we're still testing that EMA line, and the last time we tested it, we ended up getting rejected, and then we dropped all the way back down to the moving average. So again, this is why we like to wait for confirmation. How horrible would it be that you buy right now thinking that it's about to recover, and then all you could have done is just given it more time, and then it sells off, right? So this is why it's so important to stay patient within the market. This is why we have our alerts right here. So if we get a little bit more indication of, hey, this thing's actually beginning to show signs of a recovery, market sentiment is, again, beginning to get better, then I would be a little bit more confident to buy Kroger at the current price point. But there's a lot of uncertainty still. If the market ends up selling off, then we'll most likely see Kroger pull back as well. And again, previous support levels was right around the moving average, which is right around $47 a share. All right, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead and do 3 more stocks. If you guys want me to, what's it called? If you guys want me to break down your stock, just make sure you share that in the live chat. Alrighty, here we go. So we already broke down Amazon. We already talked about the stock split with that bad boy. All right. Let's do UPS. We haven't done that one in a while. UPS, what else are we doing? We'll do Tesla. Tesla's been struggling quite a bit. And then McDonald's. We'll do that one. Alrighty, so UPS as of right now is showing signs of a support. Again, it's kind of like the overall market's finally beginning to show signs of a potential recovery. We're testing the EMA line right now. But again, if the market gets rejected, then we'll most likely see UPS also pull on back to about 160 a share. It's in the very early stages of a reversal, and the great thing about this is that the thing that I really like about UPS is how strong its performance was prior. I think that's what I like about it, so much, that from where we're at right now, if it were to make a recovery, 20% ROI is a decent margin. You just want to make sure that you take your position size into consideration. I would hate for you to be fully invested right now, and then all of a sudden it just begins to sell off. This is why we take risk management and position size into consideration. So let's go ahead and let's set these alerts, and then we can choose to follow up. My alerts are for UPS. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Tesla. So Tesla's retesting $700 a share. Right now it is bearish. I mean, there's just been a lot of back and forth. Tesla reducing their workforce by 10%, something like that. Definitely not the best sign for Tesla. And then, with one thing after another, Elon just going off on Twitter, it's just not looking the best as of right now. We are getting rejected by the EMA line. We're making lower highs, lower lows. I set my alert for the confirmation. Again, I'm someone that is invested in Tesla. Do I expect it to recover anytime soon? No. Do I need it to recover anytime soon? Of course not. Would I encourage you to, buy Tesla right now? I think it's still pretty early to say, right? I think that it could continue to sell off. I think the cheap can get cheaper. In the past 5 months have taught us that. It's not showing any signs of a support. So if we consolidate here again at $700, then again, that would be a little bit more of a reassurance that, hey, this is the bottom, and this is where we can begin to average up if it begins to show signs of a recovery. But I still think it's way too early. I think the news is still too relevant of Elon and Tesla and what they're announcing and how it's continuing to act as a negative influence. It's just something to be mindful of, right? I'm a big believer in Tesla. I want it to do well. I'm invested in Tesla, but that doesn't mean that it has to recover anytime soon. So just make sure that you look out for yourself. Don't rush into it. And again, it pays to be patient in this market. The last one that we had, Umar asked us to break down is McDonald's. So McDonald's, for me, I mean, yeah, it's kind of showing signs of it trading sideways. It has been previously bullish before, but margin, just with everything that's going on right now, and how much opportunity there is present in the market. I like how bullish it is, and it's probably one of the only reasons that I would consider buying it if it pulls right on back to 220, 226, something like that, just like previous support levels. But it looks like right now, instead of the resistance being 268, it has a more common resistance right around 250. We could see that last time it really struggled to trade above 250 a share. We got rejected, and then we sold right back off. So although the goal might be to, surpass previous highs, right now we're showing signs of 250 as a resistance, and it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it pulls on back again, unless all of a sudden begins to recover. But I wouldn't even say with that 8% margin in comparison to everything else that the market has to offer, I see there to be greater opportunity elsewhere, at least in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, that is pretty much it. So I don't know about you guys, but I was looking at the market. This is the NASDAQ market. This is the NASDAQ futures. Sorry, my apologies. And the market's already in the green. So for those that are unaware, NASDAQ futures trade longer than just normal trading hours. So right now the NASDAQ market is up about 0.25%. The great thing about this is that if it holds in this area, then that's a great sign for the market to open up in the green tomorrow. So it looks like TQQQ, if the market were to be open right now, it would be up about 0.75%. So again, something to look forward to. But again, there's a lot of shifts overnight. So it might be in the green now, but we could open up in the red. So it's just something that we're going to have to follow up with. Friendly reminder, again, if you guys want to tune on in to my live trading session tomorrow and you want to learn a little bit more about the Learn Plan Profit Group, if I'm not mistaken, it's the first link in the description, and they get to watch me trade live every day. And like someone asked, you also get access to the HQ, you get access to the A to Z video lesson library, and yes, you get access to our private Learn Plan Profit Discord chat. It's all inclusive. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. If you want to learn more about it, click the first link down below. We are also giving away an iPad Air, and this ends in the month of June. So if you wanted to buy anything from our store before, every $1 you spend, it equals 5 automatic entries. So it's a little bit more of an incentive, and it automatically enters you towards our giveaway that ends at the end of June. So again, if you want to partake in this, head on over to shoptechbuds.com or click the link down below. I think it's the 4th link down below. Pick up any of your favorite items, and again, it automatically enters you towards the giveaway. So it's only one lucky entry that is needed to win. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me via Discord, or my Instagram link is down below. Friendly reminder, I only have one Instagram account. All the other ones are fake. I never message you first. I never ask you for money. I don't trade for other people. I don't do Bitcoin. I don't do Forex, nothing like that. So if you have an account messaging you, asking you for information, first off, I never message you first. So if this account messaged you, if it followed you, I can guarantee you it's fake. So I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that I earned your thumbs up. For all those that are part of Learn Plan Profit, please make sure that you set your alarms for market open, and I'll see you tomorrow for our live trading session. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year